Welcome to Season Chasers. I'm Rob Freeman. Those that love nature and outdoor sports spend a lot of quality time looking for adventures throughout the year. The more you study, the more you learn about the peak seasons in nature. It's fun to know when it's best to go fishing or hunting, when it's time to pick blueberries, wild mushrooms, or native pecans. Sometimes the peak season is close to home, right in your own backyard, or it could be miles away near the mountains and the sea. Either way, this program will chase the seasons where the action is hot. The season is summertime in Alaska, and we want to go that way. We rode the trucks down to the beach at Cook Inlet, and there's still some work to do to get to the best fishing spots ahead. The complete outdoor adventure story is coming your way next on Season Chasers.
Thanks for coming along.
Season Chasers is brought to you by Crawcan Communications, telephone, internet, digital TV, and security. Kansas Land Tire, your Goodyear dealer at 9th and Broadway in Pittsburgh. O'Malley Implement, home of the John Deere Gator, South 69 in Pittsburgh. And by Blue Ribbon Farm and Home.
And this is the Goofy Goat, right here.
Today, we're fishing with Josh, Mike, and Ken, who are staying a few days at the cabin, and we're joined by Carrie from Wasilla and her dad Jim, who's on a visit from North Carolina. Josh is wearing the GoPro chest cam as we head to the mouth of one of my favorite Alaska rivers. It's not too long till it's Josh's turn to ride way on down the beach.
Can I sit back and film that way?
When you travel the beach at Cook Inlet, there are only certain times the tides allow you this much beach to travel on, and that time changes every day. Before long, Josh joins the others, and then we'll walk the rest of the way to a great fishing spot for silver salmon.
Where's Ken? Fishing?
Now, I usually keep my camera equipment in the case while going across this awful tide mud at the mouth of the river, but Josh's camera is in a waterproof case.
This is the only crossing we're going to do, and it's best to put your feet sideways here and stair step down where the gravel is. It's not quite as slick as that mud right there. And then we're going to cross over here and go up where those footprints are and turn right into that first bunch of grass. So, here we go. Step sideways and you'll do just fine.
We all carefully tiptoe across the murky water near the delta. We hope to find much clearer water conditions upstream.
Just kind of feel your way across this because you won't be able to see the rocks we're stepping on.
In Alaska, getting to your ultimate destination is always an adventure. It's not just everybody that likes to go out fishing quite this much. When the Cook Inlet tides flood this area, it goes way up into that seagrass, over my head where I'm standing.
Yeah.
So when you're traveling down here on foot, the guide always consults the tide book, so we don't need to cross where the water is over your head. We got to get in, catch our fish, and leave time to get out before another high tide floods back in. In fact, Carrie and her dad have a 4 p.m. charter flight back to Anchorage, and today, this just all might work out. We still get a caravan across the seagrass, and the prime spot on the river is just beyond that tree line up ahead. I carry the rifle out front, because we always pass big bear tracks down here in this tidal area. The season is late summertime, and we're down near Cook Inlet, not more than a mile in from the saltwater, and we're targeting some of the what would be late summer silvers here in Alaska. And the good thing about fall silvers is they get a little bit bigger, and that's what we're after today, and get them as fresh as we can. That have been in the saltwater, just out of the saltwater, just the shortest time as possible. And today we're using salmon eggs, and we're going to be drifting those down this stream. We targeted some here yesterday and had a pretty good day. We're also going to be doing some fly fishing, so we're spreading our bets, and we're going to see if we can get us some fall silvers. Now it's late August now. It's like the third week of August, but the fireweed has already bloomed to the top here. And that means that summer's just about over, and it's not as long a summer as I'm used to back in the Midwest, but it's a magic time of the year that the silvers are in this river. They're coming up on their spawning runs at the end of their life cycle, and we're going to try to get some up here on the bank, up close and personal, and introduce them to you today on Season Chasers. We've been studying, we've been learning, and today it's time to share silver salmon in Alaska. What do we got here? Silver salmon.
Probably should go out with guys and get some more fish later.
Alright, we've still got a pretty steep bank here. So if there's any way you can work him upstream here, we can get a little better land on.
When he turns, I'll try to pull him up on the...
Go ahead and do it here. All right, that'll work. That'll get us started.
I know how to catch fish. Hey, he's a nice looking one.
You bet. Very nice. Silver salmon. And Carrie gets us started
Guy taught me many years ago.
on a fly rod.
Pull him up on the bank.
Here we go. Gear's clear. And we'll quickly pull a gill on this fella.
Well, whatever I had on there, they liked it. What's that?
Settle him down just a little bit and pull a gill. And he's ready for the stringer. That's how it's done.
Come on, way to go.
Oh, goodness.
Thank you.
A little slimy here, but good going.
Fish guts.
So,
Yeah.
here we go.
Hey, he's a little wet. 10, 11 pounder maybe. Maybe.
Mighty fine.
That's how you do it, Dad.
I lost that one.
Now
Oh, you
let's
had
repeat
one?
the process.
Yeah, I had one hit it, but I didn't keep it.
Do not,
Good job.
Dad, the best way I can tell you is don't force it. You don't need to. This ain't the canine. Let him play.
Try to go upstream.
All right. And Josh contributes to the salmon party with another silver salmon. And when we get him on the gravel bar, these are keepers. And he's deep hooked, so we're going to keep him anyway. And welcome aboard. There you go, Josh.
Alrighty.
Good job. That's on bait? Cool. All right, we're going to get us a stack started here. Fish number 2. It's a little smaller than one she caught. They're bigger in here. There we go, Carrie's got another one. All right, look here, we got a double on. Josh has got one on downstream. Oh, and it came loose again, but Carrie's got hers on. This one's on a fly again. All right. Silver salmon, wanting to go to Anchorage. Woo! Good job. And that'll settle them down real nicely.
Good.
All right, second one on the fly rod, and the stringer is beginning to get bigger. Good job. Way to go. Another silver salmon on a fly rod. All right. Coming up next on Season Chasers.
Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has nature's best fall decoration. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has what you need to feed and care for the wild birds. Blue Ribbon Farm and Home sells supplies to attract trophy white-tailed deer. And don't forget, Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has a huge selection of food for dogs.
Whether you have a lap dog, a sport dog, chickens, or a goofy goat, Blue Ribbon Farm and Home has all the feeds you'll ever need.
You talk about a goofy goat, and this is the goofy goat right here.
Don't wait until it's too late. You can protect the ones you love with a new security system from Crawcan. Crawcan offers custom-designed security systems for your home or business to fit nearly any budget. Safety and security is just a phone call away. Call Crawcan today at 620-724-8235 or 1-800-362-0316 to schedule a free security assessment. Crawcan, more than just your local telephone company.
And if you're wanting to go hunting, there's no shortage of upland game birds out here at Pawnee Wildlife Preserve. We're open with the extended season through March, so give us a call at the number on your screen if you'd like to bring out your own dogs or fully guided hunts available. Pawnee Wildlife Preserve, Fort Scott, Kansas. Closed captioning services on Season Chasers brought to you by Harris LP in Hepler, Kansas. When you get one on with the fly rod, you certainly don't want to heave it in. And I think this is a 9 or 10 foot fly rod that should play this one pretty nice. Nice fish, Mike. You got a little room behind you if you need to. You want to back up. It's on a, looks like a pink jointed fly. And came in contact with a silver salmon. Just what we wanted to see. Step back. Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. He says, let's go to Georgia. Very nice. Good job, Mike. What do you call this fly? Is that the special goose hound?
The goose hound.
The goose hound special. Good job. And we're going to tell you a little bit more later today exactly what a goose hound is. It's a rare breed, and Mike knows all the details, and we'll be sure and share that with you before this day gets underway. In the meantime, here's a most satisfying silver salmon for the stringer. And while we do this, let's watch Josh catch another one. Oh, darn. We'll get this out of this guy so you go catch another one, Mike.
Oh, look at that thing run.
What happened there? What happened to the fish? Did he break you? Now Carrie's got one. Nice. All right. And the brown team continues to score here. All right.
But maybe I just throw them back, otherwise I'm done, right?
Well, let's see what we got here.
I'm just kind of letting them, I hate to be so quick.
That's a little bigger one. A little bit bigger.
It was fun. I was watching him going after it. Then I got too excited when he went right back after it again. He's just standing.
They're aggressive. Make him struggle now.
As soon as he turns downstream, then I'll yank him in. But part of the fun is
This one's got a little bit of a steel bite on it, but we got him.
steel bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, man, he's pretty little. Put him back.
Well, we can't after we get him on the gravel.
Oh, it's true. I could have maybe got him up in the water.
That's all right. But here, let me show you where the seal got a hold of this guy. We're going to have to trim this out, but it's not too bad.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
And that's the part of the gauntlet they're trying to get up here. What we've got here is a silver, this is a wild Pacific salmon. And this one has a scar on the outside of it where it probably escaped from a seal or a whale. The salmon really run a heck of a gauntlet from the deep water predators clear up here into the shallow water predators on 4 legs. But this is a really nice silver. They're hitting here within less than a mile of the salt water. We'll check them real close. This one doesn't have sea lice, but some of them did yesterday. So that's as fresh as it gets, and we're going to fillet these out and have them ready for the grill in no time. That's how we do it on Season Chasers. Thanks for coming along. Just let him play a little bit. We got plenty of time here. What do we got? Oh, that's a nice one. Let him fight. When the gravel hits his belly, he's going to make a heck of a run, so you just let him go when he does it.
Where you want him in
We
at?
can just work up here a little bit. Up inside. This little sandbar. It'll be real easier to land on this gravel than those stones. Keep your rod tip up a little higher. That way the rod flexes and it'll pull out line if needed. And back right up here. There you go. Come on back. Come on back. Come on. There we go.
Oh, Kerry, that's the second one I had on it with.
There we go. May there be many, many more.
Get on a little bit of slack and I felt.
All right.
Now I
Now,
got one. So
now
that's
Jim
fun.
made a really tough walk down here today, and this is what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
Now, you
Right.
may
Thank
have
you.
had some questions whether you were walking the right direction.
Oh
but,
no, I think
but
you
we,
guys are right.
we
Okay.
hope that
That's pretty nice. I think.
that'll get you started. All right, I was telling you, it's Ken's turn, and he switched over to bait. It's good to spread our bets, and it looks like we've got one paying off here. All right. All right. Now tell us what you did to catch this fish.
I did exactly what my guide told me to do,
Oh, now that's the right answer.
which is put some fresh roe on that little red hook. You can tell this hook's caught fish before because it's got scratches all over it. And cast right out there into a deep pool and let it drop down, and sure enough, there it was.
And we've got a really high-tech rig here with one piece of split shot, one red hook on green line. And that's the combination that seems to be working for us today. And so you got a couple more to get. Good job.
Yeah, thank
Way
you.
to go.
Thanks, thank you. Oh, he's gonna.
No, he ain't getting away.
It's kind of an overcast morning, and the salmon fishing is better on this kind of day as opposed to bright sunshine. The bait continues to produce action on Jim's spinning rod. He's doing a really good job of getting it on the bank and ready for the stringer. Our daily limit in this area is 3 silver salmon per person. you can see why this is one of my favorite places to bring Alaska visitors. We've made it almost 2 miles from where we parked the truck, and I'm especially proud of Jim. I'm really glad to see him hooking these silvers, and it's this kind of action that makes this kind of hike worthwhile. Let's get this really fresh one on the stringer and get it ready to take home. Today, most everyone using bait are just rigging it with a sinker.
Now it's Dennis's turn. He's been running the camera all day, and he's showing us how it's done.
But Dennis likes to use a bobber in that rig, and it's time for a down sink. When your bobber disappears in the river current, it's a down sink, and you got a fish.
It's what we call a releaser.
And the fly rods continue to produce. Mike gets one on a topwater fly.
All right, it's on the floater, huh?
Topwater salmon.
Excellent.
Now this is a perfect gravel bar for fly fishing. The tree line behind us is a good distance away, allowing Mike to place the floating fly just about where he wants to in that current. Fly fishing for these salmon requires a number 7 or number 8 weight fly rod, kind of heavier than normal flies, and lots of patience. You get a salmon limit on fly tackle, and it could be your trip of the season.
Is that floater again?
Yep.
All right. It's the goose hound floater.
The fish that strike it are really active.
Good job. Look at this guy. This is a really nice one.
That makes a limit for Mike, and today all 3 of them came on the fly tackle. He caught the first one on the goose hound special, and the last 2 on a surface fly. Excellent angling up here in Alaska.
That's 3 of them.
Yep.
That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
2 on topwater bait.
You caught all yours on fly rod today. 2 of these on this this pink. It's made out of, looks like deer hair, so it floats. And
They sip it up just like a trout.
wow, silver salmon on a fly rod. That's extra special up here in Alaska.
Dennis and I got to see a lot of silvers caught on this day. Carrie and her dad took home a most memorable catch after an unforgettable hike in and out of this area. And Mike, Ken, and Josh got to haul some back too. And don't forget the story about Mike's goose hound. More about that coming right up.
Is your computer not able to keep up with you? Does it take forever to load web pages? Your computer could be compromised with a virus, spyware, or some other malicious software. Crawcan's knowledgeable staff of repair technicians can diagnose your problem and quickly have you back up and running at top speed. Bring your computer in today for a free diagnosis. Go to ckt.net for more information or call 1-800-362-0316. Crawcan, your community technology partner.
Extreme environments can cause a spontaneous change in DNA, resulting in unexpected power and agility. Introducing the all-new, all-powerful Gator RSX 850i. 62 horsepower, a fully independent multi-link suspension, and a top speed of 53 miles per hour. It's a whole new species of Gator.
I'm Travis from Kansas Land Tire in Pittsburgh. We offer name brand tires like Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly Springfield, Mastercraft, and virtually any tire for the job. We also staff ASE certified technicians to provide oil service, transmission and brake work, engine diagnostics, battery service, alignments, and more. We also now have a nationwide warranty and ask us about payment options like Goodyear Credit. Kansas Land Tire, 9th and Broadway in Pittsburgh, an authorized Goodyear dealer. See our ad and names and numbers.
It's a goose hound. It's a very rare dog breed. I believe that the goose hound was originally developed in ancient times, but it was lost to us, and I've recently rediscovered it in North Georgia. So what I'm doing at this point in time, I'm currently in a process of petitioning the American Kennel Club to recognize this breed again, because they've dropped it from their registry years and years ago. But they're a pretty conservative organization, so far it's been tough going. You know, it's the only one, it's male, and hell, I had it neutered before I realized what it was. So what I'm thinking on doing is I'm in the process of raising venture capital to try to make this the only dog breed propagated entirely through cloning. Contrary to its name, it's actually afraid of geese. Appears to be a bluebird specialist. It will chase the bluebirds back and forth on my front porch from one end to the other for hours at a time. So I think that's a little diversion from the original breeding, but that seems to be where we've ended up right now.
On a slightly more serious note, I was honored recently when asked to speak at a class at Pittsburgh State's Tech Center. I was able to share with some of the PSU students some of what I've learned about digital outdoor imaging. And that includes having your videos on the social media. You can check on free links to Season Chasers show on our Facebook page. And here's proof that I really can show up for class on time.
Waka waka.
Tune in each week for some of the stuff you just won't see on other shows. Outdoors, wildlife, and a life of adventure. Being on the lookout for natural foods and making the most of what the wildlife provides.
Study, learn, and share the great outdoors with someone who's important to you.